Shalom, shalom. HALALYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, teacher Mobile. Peace and salutations be to full elect and brother Tazom Gabar, coming at you from the prophets in Babylon, camp here in Tampa, Florida. Alright, and we're going to be getting into this little quick hit lesson. I just want to grab this article and a few scriptures, let you know what's going on, current events. This article just came out saying anti-chippers are the latest group of awful people we now have to worry about. Alright, so they're telling you that anti-chippers are the latest group of people, which is, they're saying now we have to worry about anti-chippers. It was at first anti-maxers. I'm going to say code word maxers, which is really the M is replaced with the V. But the M is replacing the V, but it used to be anti-maxers, and we see what happened with that. People started dropping dead like flies, and now they're saying anti-chippers. So what's gonna happen with these, man? You know, these people are trying to cover up their tracks so that you can still fall for the okie doke. And not only that, they're calling anti-chippers the latest group of awful people we now have to worry about. What makes us awful? You know, the prophets never really when the prophets prophesied, they didn't prophesy much of peace, you know, and love and harmony, man. They prophesied of the destruction to come. They prophesied, get right or you're going to be destroyed. Let me grab that real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Nowhere in there does it say love and peace. All right. It says, yeah, let's get on that. It says, the anti-Semitic origin of anti-chippers. When you closely examine the undercurrent of the anti-chipper movement, one thing becomes increasingly clear: anti-Semitism is to blame. All right, so they're saying what? The truth is to blame. They're blaming on the truth because when the truth comes out, they call it anti-Semitism. And in any form, way, shape, or form, even though GMS is the true doctrine, the basis of the truth is the controversy of Zion, which is the Israelites. The so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos are the true Israelites. And you have some camps that are, and some men that will say it's blacks only, but man, the niggas just full of hate for their brothers. You know, it says, of course, not all anti-chippers are anti-Semites, but it doesn't change the fact that they're engaging in a conspiracy theory primarily propagated by anti-Semites and fueled fear over what the elites or the globalists would do to you, which is coded anti-Semitic language according to the ADL. So these guys are talking a good game. This is how they get people, through their crafty words, through their tongue. Let me grab the scripture. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. This is actually a war that we're at, man. That was a war threat against the prophets. It wasn't nothing against these people. It was against the prophets. They're speaking to us. They're not speaking to the people. They're speaking to us, man. They're speaking to the people, and they're speaking to us in code, but they're speaking to the people apparent to deceive them. It says, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So we can see what he's really saying, but the people can't see. They only see the deception, but we can see past the deception. We can see what their true intentions were within putting that up, man. And which is to deceive the people and so not believing us, not believing the truth, so they can go ahead and get that MOTB and get destroyed, man. This devil is just, this devil is death, man. It's no coincidence that Georgia Guidestones blew up when these people really started dropping like flies. Alright? Because this devil's trying to cover his track, and now you see him doing it again, trying to cover his tracks, man. Alright? It says, one of the leading voices of the anti-chipper movement is none other than Kanye West, who said they want to put chips inside of us, which he wasn't lying. In an interview with Forbes, take note here, Kanye said they want to put chips inside of us. Who is they in this case? The Edomites. Who else? West clarified that the word they is coded language for the Jews in a 2022 interview with right-wing extremist Tim Pool. Alright, because the Jews are just a group of Edomites who run the world, man. In the interview with Forbes, West also said the microchips are the mark of the beast, and they want to put chips inside of us, and they want to do all kinds of things. Okay, so West ain't lying, man. It doesn't mean does that mean he's a prophet of the Lord? No, he's just doing the will and the bidding of the Lord, you know. And then we have that scripture here in the book of Proverbs chapter 20 verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Okay, so his goings, him doing that and exposing these devils, that was the Lord's will. It wasn't his will, it was the Lord's will, and he got it done. Does that mean, oh man, Kanye West is a prophet? Oh, he's we should look up to him. Oh, GMS should bow down to him. Oh, he's got the 100% truth. No, man, this nigga's off. He probably gonna end up getting MOTB if he doesn't already have it. He has too much money to lose, and he's too worried about his money in order to not get it. You know, he's got businesses and all these things. You think Kanye gonna just get off the grid and become a pilgrim? No, man. He's in these devils' playground. He's got a leash on him, and sometimes he gets off the leash and run away, but he always comes back. A man's goings are of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. How can man then understand his own way? So he don't even understand why he's saying those things. He just think it's to be petty. He think it's to expose them and get back at them and this and that to get his way in a certain way. He's like a child pouting, but that child can go back to his family. This is the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So we're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake, man. This is a righteous thing to do, to expose these devils. The scripture commands us to do these things, man. You know, the Lord commanded us to do these things. Protect the sheep. Our job is to protect the sheep, man. As an overseer, the Lord calls us overseers while he's away. You know, he comes back and he's going to see if you're really protecting his sheep, man. You know, and we telling the sheep, yo, the wolves are coming. The wolves are coming. If the sheep still don't want to listen and run out there into the woods anyway and get eaten, then they're gonna get eaten by wolves at their own leisure, man. Not at ours. You know, the blood is off our hands. You know, we told you, we warned you, and you didn't want to listen. You strayed away, and even that was the will of the Lord. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Alright, so if you don't want to worship it, they're going to cause you to be killed, man. And brothers going to end up getting beheaded for this thing, man, because they don't want to worship the image of the beast, man. Back to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. So look what they're saying. We're awful people. How are we awful people? What evidence do you have of us being awful people? What makes us awful for being anti-chippers in the first place? What's so good about getting a chip inside of you? You know? How are we labeled to be awful people because we said don't get the chip in you, is not good for you? Alright? How is it, how does it hurt these people to not get a chip? Pretty much, man. You know, this is the devil. He comes craftily, man. And he puts his wise men at the head of these articles. These wise men know what the devil's plans are, but they're getting paid to deceive the people. You get paid to use smooth words smoother than butter, so that the sheep can fall for it and die for it. You know, but hey, man, we know what's going on. The scriptures say, "Be not ignorant of any matter, great nor small, for we are not ignorant of the devils that are of Satan's devices, man." And Satan just goes into oppressor. You know, who's our oppressor? Esau, Edom, and he is Satan. You know, devil goes into deceiver. Who is the devil? Esau, Edom. He is the deceiver who deceived the whole world. You know, so guess what, man? We're in that time, and it could happen at any moment. You know, brothers are having dreams of just a sudden change in the world. You know, one day you wake up and everything is completely different. You know, this devil. He could be coming out with this MOTB at any time, man. Ever since December 13th, brothers been expecting this devil, man. You know, so hey, stay in your P's and Q's, man. Pretty soon we're gonna be pilgrims among the earth. Get ready. YAHAWASHI, QADASH. I truly hope this quick it was edifying to you, Akim and Aquath, for listening to the sincerity. Till next time, you're stay girded. Shalom.